a newly elected House Republican is facing serious questions about his record before he even takes the oath of office. CNN's Brian Todd is working this story for us. Brian, there are some glaring discrepancies on what is the resume of this Congressman-elect George Santos.
That's right, Brianna. CNN and the New York Times have looked extensively at George Santos' statements, his filings, and other records. What was discovered is that much of what this man claims to have done simply doesn't add up, and voters in his district may not have gotten the information they needed.
For being here. Thank you for having me. My name is George Santos.
He's young, Latino, gay, and a winner for the Republican Party. Congressman-elect George Santos' victory in a New York district covering parts of Queens and Long Island helped the GOP take a narrow majority in the House this fall.
My parents came to this country in search of the American dream. Today, I live that American dream.
But tonight, a CNN review of Santos' statements and his record shows that his resume could be inaccurate. The New York Times first reported, citing public documents and court records, that key parts of Santos' biography were either contradicted or not supported by evidence.
Once we started turning up things, more and more things we started to check didn't add up.
Mr. Santos.
A CNN review found the same discrepancies. Santos' biography says he went to Baruch College and New York University, earning degrees in finance and economics. Representatives for both schools told CNN they had no record of anyone with his name ever attending. His campaign biography said Santos worked at Citigroup and Goldman Sachs. Both companies told CNN they have no record of his employment. Santos claimed he founded his own charity, Friends of Pets United, but
one of the first things I did was just sort of, look for some of the filings because he was very specific about it being a 501c3. And when we weren't able to find that with the IRS.
There was no group called Friends of Pets United found in the IRS's searchable database, nor among registered charities in New York and Florida. CNN has asked Santos for comment, but he has not responded. His attorney told CNN the New York Times was attempting to, quote, smear Santos with defamatory allegations. Santos' Democratic opponent in this year's election, Robert Zimmerman, said his campaign knew about some of these discrepancies. Asked today by CNN whether his campaign was raising concerns loudly enough.
We spoke to many reporters on these issues and raised these concerns to the high heavens. And that's well established. In fact, the DCCC, Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, put out an 87-page document about him, and local media, to their credit, did cover it.
It's a failure of both parties and of the media. And if you're a voter in this district, the truth is you don't really know who you just voted for.
Now, as for what could happen with George Santos from here, his election opponent, Robert Zimmerman, is calling for a Justice Department investigation and an investigation in the House of Representatives. Now, on that front, CNN has reached out to House GOP leader Kevin McCarthy to ask what he plans to do about it. We haven't heard back, Brianna, and we don't necessarily expect to.
That is almost unbelievable. Brian Todd, thank you for that report.